Hello, and welcome to another episode of Study of X, the bi-weekly X-Men podcast where we go over the Krakoan era of X-Men comics. I am your host, Tim, and with me as always is Chris.
I hope you're all ready to go to hell, because that's exactly where we're going for 2 issues.
Yes, it is. And Sergio.
Swords.
Personally, I kind of like axes more than swords, but you know what? For this, I'll accept swords.
Swords are better on the weapon triangle.
Okay, that's true. I can't fault you there.
I was about to say, I do prefer, polar.
Okay.
See, those are better on the weapons triangle.
Yeah, that's why I thought
axes
it was
would-
funny that you brought up the weapon triangle.
Hey, we each have 1 point of the triangle.
Yeah. A couple of issues, 2 linked pretty closely here, with the Wolverine and X-Force being these are the Percy issues of the week.
I was about to say, it's funny how these are like Wolverine and X-Force and Marauders in like name only, because this is just X of Swords.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty funny how I'm guessing they are not like launching a new series or anything, try and hook people that would usually just like buy the one line.
Yeah, that would be my guess. So instead of just having, hey, here's the X of Swords book, it's like, well, no, now it's in Wolverine. So if you just read Wolverine, you're going to want to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I think they're doing, which, it's fine. They're still like likely related. It's not like Wolverine's not in Wolverine. But yeah, this is just one single storyline. You're gonna miss out on a lot if you're not reading everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the X Factor one is the clearest example of it, because that is barely involving X Factor. Like, it's Polaris, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But, like, Marauders at least has to do with Storm, who's on that team, and X-Force is, linked with Wolverine.
X-Force is just Wolverine again.
Yeah, it's Wolverine.
It's just another issue of Wolverine.
Yeah. So do we want to get into it?
Yeah,
sure.
Sounds good. So we're going to start here with Wolverine number 6. And no, these don't have any titles. They're just based on the chapters that they are for X of Swords. So this would be chapter 3. But this one is still written by Ben Percy and was released in October of 2020. And we're going to open up here with some adamantium claws reaching out of a pool of lava as Wolverine monologues how much hell absolutely sucks.
It's sick. There's a lot of pretty cool stuff happening, visual-wise.
Yeah, I think the image of Wolverine just like poking the claws out of lava is a very good hook.
It's very Terminator, and it's great.
Yeah.
But we then cut back to Wolverine talking to Krakoa, the island, saying how he's not really going to trust Krakoa anymore because it's very clear that the island wanted this war because it wants Arakko. So if it really just wants war and violence and is not here for the community, Wolverine's not going to go forward with this blind optimism anymore.
Hell yeah. You tell him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wolverine's just hell it off the island.
Yeah, this is great. I want more Wolverine actually telling people what he thinks, because he's usually correct.
Yes.
And it usually saves those thoughts for himself, and I think they should be heard by other people.
And islands.
And islands, yes.
Wolverine is just on it all the time. Like, I don't know. I kind of didn't realize it until this reread, but he's just on the ball.
Yeah, he kind of gets the pulse of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
It's very
really
funny. He comes across as a foot soldier rather than a leader, so he doesn't have much in the way of like a vote or a voice. But whenever we're in like internal monologue mode, he's always on point.
Yeah, like he's asking the right questions. He knows what's going on here. It really is, like, I think we kind of discussed this before, but it's almost like a lack of confidence on his part that feels like he doesn't. I think he sees himself as this foot soldier.
Yes.
As well. So he doesn't really like even though he is asking the right questions, he doesn't think he's asking the right questions, which is I don't know, interesting character.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And after he tells Krakoa this, he begins to walk towards the Crucible, again talking about how Polaris's riddle was pretty clearly meant for him, and how the Muramasa blade had been with him before. We then get some flashbacks here of his time in Japan. This is actually in reference to Wolverine number 40 from 2006. It is a run by Daniel Way, where Wolverine goes to Japan after World War II to atone for his own crimes, and ends up falling in love with a woman named Itsu, or also we know her as the Mother of Dakin. And it's during this time, and shortly after her death, that Wolverine has the first Muramasa blade created.
I don't think I've ever seen a depiction of Japan that does not feel like Japanophile baity or a little cringy. And this doesn't clear that bar for me either.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't.
This is very like exoticization of Japan kind of stuff. Like it reminds me of God, how did I forget the name of the greatest series we've read?
Fallen Angels.
Fallen Angels. Yeah, this is absolutely reminiscent of Fallen Angels for me. I don't think it falls too far of that.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And this has been kind of baked into Wolverine as a character since like the 80s. Of he's just hangs out in Japan, real into swords. It's always been a little cringy. It's kind of a hard thing to make not that, but like that's the history of him.
Yep, and we're gonna get a lot of it. These two issues, especially there's a data page coming up that I had to roll my eyes at. It's very funny. We're all in the same Discord server, and in one of the channels there, they are running through the fighting fantasy books, which are choose your own adventure books from like the 70s and 80s. And one of them we did was also like Japan themed, and I could understand the like again exoticization of Japanese settings from that kind of media produced in the 70s and 80s when the Japan interest was mostly like post World War II shogun themed stuff. But this again was the thing that reminded me the most of it. So yeah, it's not doing anything particularly in a careful or sensitive way. It's leaning all the way into honor and cool swords and the code and things like that,
and mysticism and
yeah.
No, it definitely leans all the way into it.
Yep, but it does have some very cool visuals.
Yeah, no, visually this is still very, very nice. So after we get that flashback, we see Wolverine make it to the Crucible, where the Silver Samurai is currently practicing his blade work. He's doing this because he feels that it is an injustice that he has not been called forward to be one of the sword bearers for Krakoa. And
but Silver Samurai being big mad at this, I think, is very funny.
I also think it's very funny, and honestly, kind of justified. His whole thing is being a samurai.
Yeah, exactly. If my whole thing was being a samurai, I think I would also be feeling resentful about it.
It's like, bro, you called on Cypher?
Yes, the guy who doesn't fight instead of me.
I bet this guy has a cool sword too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has it right there, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
I bet it has a name. It's not mentioned here, but I bet it does.
It probably does. I don't have it here either, but I would be shocked if it did not have a name.
But Wolverine is looking for Muramasa, who is gone, and he thinks Silver Samurai knows, but Silver Samurai doesn't really want to talk right now because he's.
Yeah, so there's a very brief fight sequence, and by brief, I mean Wolverine jumps over the Silver Samurai and stabs him in the back. And that is where we learn where Muramasa might be.
I just want to say Silver Samurai literally says it should have been me here, and again, it's just very funny.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. The poor guy.
Put him on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least as the backup. Like, hey, you know what? Cypher was sick. He had a cold.
Yeah, He's on the replacement list. All 2 people are gonna get that joke. But yeah.
So I did mention earlier that Muramasa the Blade had already been created for Wolverine. It's kind of got a weird history for a little bit, but all you need to know is that the original blade was then broken into pieces and then melted down for bullets by the Orphans of X. So currently, there is no Muramasa the Sword. That it does not exist anymore.
Sure.
And we're gonna change pace a little bit, and we're actually going to cut to Araco, at the Tower of Broken Will, where War and Pestilence are here to see the killer of War's husband, who has been kept in a pit for 100 years.
Again, incredible sick visuals with these 2 arriving in like skeleton dragons on fire.
This is so cool, yeah. One of them is like Pestilence's looks all sickly and Wars is just like burning.
It's so cool.
It's very cool.
They've really leaned into the designs with all of these horsemen, and I think they really nailed it here.
What's the artist again on this? Because they're just showing off.
The artist here
is Victor Bogdanovic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad
props to Victor.
Yeah.
This is like giant size X-Men level of quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, we are going down the stairs and talking about how this person will not be humbled. War is very convinced that they're gonna humble him, and they're gonna make him beg for their help. Pestilence does not seem convinced.
War maybe never forgave this mutant for killing her husband.
Yeah. And she's very convinced this is not gonna go his way. Thinks time will have broken him, starvation will have thinned him, boredom will have feebled him. And then we get the next page, and
he is sitting on like silk pillows. He has a guitar with him. There's cheese and grapes and wine, candelabras and books.
Yeah, he's got a slab of meat here.
He's doing wonderfully.
Casually holding a chalice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No one that's
shackled.
holding a chalice has ever been humbled.
Yeah, no.
No, not at all. So we learn that this mutant's name is Solemn. He is I don't want to say playboy, because that doesn't really explain properly his swagger and charisma, I don't think. But he is very much the bigger person in this conversation. He is the one leading it, despite being in a pit and chained to everything.
Yeah, one of the first things he says is, "I assume you're asking for a favor."
Yeah,
like it
yeah,
just
like he's not the one in a prison pit, you know.
Yeah,
he just rolled a natural 20 on the charisma check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's absurd.
I'm very confused by what War's plan here was, or why her understanding of what this guy was going through was so different from what he was actually going through.
I am.
Did no one let her
I don't know
know
either. Yeah, like this man is like a charisma magnet. Like, yeah, no, this was not going to be that bad for him.
Maybe she just assumed being in the pit meant nobody could get to him. But as he says to her, you know, he has a lot of fans and people who really like him, even the jailers.
It really feels like too big of a misplay for someone like War, but I guess. I would have assumed she would have got like better control on what was going on these.
I could see her being blinded by rage at the moment of, you know, her husband being murdered. It was just like, well, just go throw him in the pit where nobody can get to him forever.
Yeah, but wouldn't that mean she should keep close tabs on this guy? Like she should have realized people were delivering whole guitars to this man.
Yeah, like
probably. But I think unless she would have come here herself, which it looks like this is the first time she's been here in 100 years, and it's still hard for her to do, she probably just kind of let it go and was like, I'll just devote myself to the war.
Yeah, well, it looks like people do visit him on the regular. There's
yes.
There's like bus lines coming here. There's like arranged tours people can can pay for.
You can get like a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a gift shop out the back.
It's like Solemn's prison.
Well, things do not go her way.
Yeah. She's not happy. She's just constantly making like anger and confused faces throughout this encounter.
Mm-hmm.
It just is like, you were supposed to suffer, and he's like, yep, not happening.
Yeah. She even gave him a blade called the Hell Blade. It's the same one I believe Solemn used to kill her husband, and she gave it to him, saying, you can use this to kill yourself when you're ready.
Yeah.
And no, instead he kept it, knowing that at some point in the future, Arakko would need him, and this is the moment that they do. As he is one of the sword bearers. And as you can guess, since this is also a Wolverine story, he also needs Muramasa.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we also see here at the end that Solemn could have broken out at any time.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, he just breaks the chains that are chaining him to the wall, and he just jumps out. Like,
he
okay.
leaps out of the hole. It's so funny. It's really good.
Yeah, just like jumps past them and just walks off while just like throwing his shackles into the pit. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we get a data page about him.
Yep, this is about his trial, essentially describing what he can do. He's described as a mutant who can make anyone and everyone love and hate him at the same time. He's also a very, very good fighter, and has not lost a fight. But eventually he was going to go too far. And in this matter, going too far meant killing War's husband. And also, just to note, this is the summoner's father, too.
Yeah. The details are a little bit iffy according to the data page, but the idea that people have is the two were intimate, and Bracken was having an affair with War. Solemn grew bored, tried to cut it off. Bracken got upset and challenged him to a fight, and Solemn killed him. And this upset War, and that's why he ended up in the pit. Yeah. And also, apparently, the other rumor is that Solemn was upset that War was refusing his advances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a little muddy. Maybe a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
So, but he is one of our new Arakko mutants introduced, and a fun one. I actually really like his introduction here.
Yeah. Yeah, he makes a good first impression. I really like the whole charisma deal he's got going on.
Yeah.
And then we're going to cut back to Wolverine's adventures in Japan. Mm-hmm. This is a double-page spread here of him going to 3 different locations to look for Muramasa. First, he shakes down a Yakuza crime lord, then he reads some very old scrolls, and finally he's going to speak to Mariko Yoshida. She is convoluted, just like most comic book characters, but especially ones that Logan met in Japan. She is from X-Men number 118, from 1978. She is one of Logan's old lovers. She died and went to hell, and eventually came back and tortured Wolverine on Satan's orders, before being brought back to life. That's the shortest way I could put it.
I think she's like in charge of a sect of the Hand now, based on what I've gathered.
She is. After being resurrected by Gorgon, who is also a mutant, she became the Scarlet Samurai until she regained her sense of self and then decided, no, I don't want to be that evil. And now she's running like a air quote good portion of the Hand.
Yeah. Have we talked about the Hand yet? I feel like we have not gotten to the Hand yet. The Hand are ninjas. They've shown up in other Marvel stuff. If you watch Daredevil, you saw them, but...
Yeah, that's the only reason I know the Hand are.
Yeah, I feel like we have, because I made the foot joke with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, right. They're ninjas. So, yeah, that's really all you need.
I feel like this Yakuza Den that's being pictured here, I've seen in like 3 other issues. Like every time we go to Tokyo and we want like a nightclub or a thing like that, we get something very similar to this. I feel like I can recognize like the table style by now. This is like the set they keep reusing for their Underworld of Japan scenes.
Like the CW hallway.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to shout out Wolverine's hat when he's going up in the mountain. Just think it's neat.
Yeah, it is a fun hat. It's a fun Indiana Jones hat.
Definitely got some Indiana Jones vibes going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it looks like all of these friends and favors and enemies that he has called in has pointed him in one direction. It is an old temple shrine in the mountains. And although Wolverine doesn't see it, we see as he gets to the top that he is being followed by a lot of ninjas.
Yeah, and then our next couple of pages here. Should we talk about this data page real quick? We've kind of gone into it already, but
yeah.
Is this the one that I'm guessing this is the one that made you roll your eyes, Sergio?
Yeah. You know, by the time we hit this page, we already know that we're like full in on the like Japan thing, so it doesn't surprise me much. But this is a lot of text to show what we already knew.
Yeah, it's pretty much like he takes the scenes that we kind of already saw depicted up till then and gives like full text versions of what they said to him. I don't really love this. I feel like we could have kind of inferred a lot of it.
Yeah, this is like revisiting that 2-page spread and giving like a short story of each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's fine.
The Mariko stuff I think is like the most like relevant. But
yeah, but even then, not so much. Really, the only thing that you need to take away from this that wasn't in the others is that several different people keep mentioning the Beast, which is an old-ish Wolverine villain, again from his time in Japan. All you really need to know is it is a demon.
I'm a big fan of the Crow, though. I'll give it that.
I am also a big fan of the Crow.
Caw, beast. Yeah, hell yeah, Crow.
Let's go.
And to hell we will go.
Yep, and then we're going to flash forward and back with a really nice contrast of colors, going from very bright reds and yellows to dark blues, of Wolverine crawling out of a pool of lava in hell, with him entering the shrine for the first time and being attacked by ninjas.
Yeah. And we got, like, you know, this very Ben Percy narration over the whole thing. Also, as he's crawling out of the lava, he's literally just an adamantium skeleton with, like, angry eyes.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point Wolverine would be dead. Because I think he needs just a little bit of himself not burnt to a crisp to come back. And I think if you're in lava, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because it looks really cool.
Yeah. I agree.
Yes, no notes.
Mm-hmm. And right before we see the last of this for the issue, Wolverine in the shrine sees that Muramasa is there in the middle of a pentagram. Hard to see, but there is some blood by him, so it is implied that he has been ritually sacrificed somehow. And then the skeleton version of Wolverine finds Muramasa in hell, currently forging a blade.
Yeah. And then we get a data page about the Crooked Market.
Woo! This place is fun. It was once a refuge, for those fleeing incursions. And this place has since become a bustling market for multi-dimensional bargaining. Think lamplight streets, noisy markets, lively pubs, and dark alleyways. But...
yeah, except, like, apparently a whole country?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very, very big. And it is all ruled by one person known as Mad Jim Jaspers. And that's about all we get for that.
I feel like I could read a whole, like, comic series about multi-dimensional bargaining.
Same. I feel like you could get really fun with it, because you would have so much you could do just from Marvel alone with that.
Yeah. Like a bargain hunter in this country-sized market.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds sick.
Where you can't trust the police there because they will take bribes openly.
Yeah.
Well, no, the interesting part is it's just like, so, like, you don't really got to worry about the ones with the coins jingling, but the silent ones, they're just doing it for the fun of it. Those dudes you want to, like, steer clear of. And then like they mention like guides too, because like you can't find your way around here without a guide, but you got to be careful when making a deal with them because they will give themselves a deal. Like, yeah, this place sounds cool.
This is like that bit of the Yorkneo arc in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
Where they're in the like open air market.
Yeah.
I would watch a show of that.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well,
but yeah, that's the end of the issue.
Mm-hmm. And thankfully, it looks like X-Force number 13 is just going to pick up right after that. So we don't have to wait or have any break between this.
Yeah, which is good. X-Force 13 very much feels like part 2 of this story. Like it's these are 2 issues that probably could have been 1 issue.
Yeah, I mean the first page of this is just the next page.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily. I'm kind of curious. I would love to know if Percy wrote this all in one go, expecting maybe he could get a larger size issue of Wolverine, or if he wrote this knowing it was going to be split between both.
Either way, it works.
Yeah, either way, it works really well. So for X-Force number 13, it's still written by Ben Percy and was also released in October 2020. And like the others said, we're picking up right after the last issue. Wolverine is here, he finds Muramasa's body, and now he is attacked by a whole bunch of ninjas.
We get a little quote from Silver Samurai too, but it's it's whatever.
He's on the benches, it doesn't matter what.
Yeah. So killing is a truth, though.
Shame that you can't kill these members of the Hand, because they seem to be zombies.
Yeah. We get a mention here in the narration of Wolverine talking about this being a marriage of 2 worlds between like hell and the real world here, with the weird pentagram sacrificing Muramasa. And marriage will be kind of a theme we got going on.
Yeah, it really felt like Percy got the idea of in his head of like, oh, it's like they're coming together, and just that's where the story came from. So as Wolverine is fighting these ninjas, he gets stabbed a couple of times and then forced through a portal into hell, which is where he does finally fall into that pit of lava that we saw in the last issue. And we're finally caught up to the present.
I just want to draw attention. The Hand are like dead ninjas. He cuts off one's like mask and it's just a skull.
Oh yeah, no, these guys are zombies.
Yep.
And it's fun.
So yeah, this is a sect of the Hand that like apparently real got off the rails. But yeah, falls into the pool of lava.
I feel like really gone off the rails is almost selling it a little too short.
Yeah, just a bit.
You know, by this point, this is starting to resemble like 20 awaked internet humor kind of thing with like those ninja zombies attacking Wolverine. As you know, when it works because it looks really good. So I'm willing to forgive it.
I think it helps that it's almost I think it helps that it's kind of played more for fuck yeah than like as a joke.
Oh yeah, it's like the skeleton, like the adamantium skeleton on the previous issue. It doesn't make sense. Looks cool, you know.
Yeah, it looks real rad, so we're just gonna go with it.
Yeah, and while this is going on, and as Wolverine claws himself out of the pool of lava, Muramasa is explaining that, yeah, this really messed up Hand sect worships the beast, and they decided that, hey, we should make a really good sword. Why don't we get the best sword maker in all of Japan and have him make swords?
Yeah, in hell, because the heat's good.
Yes. So now you could say Muramasa is the best swordsmith in both worlds, which he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wolverine is dragged off. The skeleton, I guess, is dragged off into a prison, described as hellhole.
I like the visual of them just putting the skeleton in there and being like, he'll come back eventually.
Oh yeah, you get this little, like, the first panel here is like the fucking like the muscles of him growing back.
It looks so good. It looks so.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
It's so silly. Like, if, to explain this shortly, be like, yeah, Wolverine went to hell to get a sword and he melted for a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you're both right. It works because it is played kind of seriously, but not seriously enough where you're like, this is too edgy.
Yeah. But who else is in this cell? It's
Our
Solemn.
friend Solemn. And he figures, you know what, since he's trapped in there and he needs to wait for this metal man, might as well explain how he got here.
Yeah.
So he has this fun little story about how he went and visited the Oracle of Araco, who told him he needed to find Muramasa, the legendary swordsmith. But in order to get to him, he needed to go to hell. Thankfully, he still had the key to it.
The funny thing that I found here as well is Solemn just doesn't know what this sword is.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, you got to go get the Muramasa blade. He's like, that means nothing.
The what?
Yeah. The Oracle stuff is very funny as well because without her even asking, she's like, yeah, you need a favor, right? There's a cost. And Solemn just pulls out the head of her sister, who is the reason, like, she has been banished. And she's just like, how do you know? And he's like, yeah, I get it.
He's like, I know how to seduce people.
Yeah.
Just charisma off the charts, even when it's about murder.
Yep.
Just, absurd charisma. Like, doesn't even have to see you.
But the Oracle does tell him that the Hellblade, when it kills somebody, it sends their soul to hell. And Solemn's not about the killing himself business, but thankfully, the dagger still works as making a portal, which he does, walks through, and is told that he needs to find a man made of metal who will guide him to what he seeks.
Yeah.
This is very silly how he just is able to open a portal by stabbing the wall. After being told he should stab himself, he's like, nah, it also works.
Yeah, just open a door.
Mm-hmm. That seems really like
it really feels like he's overriding the narrative here to a degree. Like he's being dared by the narrative to try things outside of what it intends, and he just keeps succeeding despite supposedly just being a character, which makes him very compelling to me.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Again, I feel like the charisma thing we keep talking about, but yeah, he's just kind of rolling nat 20s like every single time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's being dared by he's like game master to like roll another natural 20, and he's going to allow him to do whatever he's thought of, and he keeps doing it.
Well.
Yeah,
like can I just stab the wall and see if that does? And they're just like, yeah, roll. It's like, okay.
Look, another nat 20.
Can I pull the head of her the severed head of her sister to make her tell me what I want to know?
I was like, okay, charisma check.
20 again. Look at that. Yeah, no, I do like the idea of him like charming the narrative so much that it just bends to his will.
Yeah. He's definitely got that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a force over the narrative.
Yeah.
I really like. But yeah.
So after this story is told to us, Wolverine wakes up, and he and Solemn have a tentative truce as they plan to make it out. Solemn, thankfully, does have the keys, and Wolverine, being as distrustful as he does take a swipe at Solemn, and this is when we learn that he has a microfibrous chain mesh of adamantium.
Yeah, so we kind of really haven't talked about it. Solemn has like gray skin, and it's implied that's the adamantium. So yeah, fun little parallel between these two, aside from just they're after the same two swords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. Solemn has the keys.
Yep, and they make it out of the prison, and then we're given a data page. This time about Infury the Everforge.
Yeah. Ruled by the Forge Master Federal.
Mm-hmm.
So
this one is fun.
You want to talk about this one? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a feudal kingdom of I believe it's symbiote warriors is what they're described as. They
Yeah.
are the Furies. If you know Arthurian legends, the Furies, that's them here. They were called in to kill a sun-dwelling celestial threatening that reality, and they did so. But instead of letting this reality continue to have this celestial-infused sun, the Furies killed every hero left in that reality and took it for themselves.
Yeah. And, just came back here and plopped that sun in the middle of, this, like, area of the other world.
Mm-hmm. So it is now the home of the hottest forge in the known realms. I would assume that also means beating hell, despite Muramasa's claim.
I was a little confused because for a second I thought what this meant was we were actually in Inferi instead of Hell, and they were like confused about the place that they were in. But no, I guess there is a place that's better than Hell for forging stuff, and this is where it gets introduced, which is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's. I kind of wonder if that was a deliberate choice, but yeah, these little otherworld explanation things just kind of seem like they're just scattered throughout the issues, and we're eventually just gonna get all of them.
Yeah, I was wondering if we were gonna get something like, oh, the hand thought they had a portal to Hell, but they actually had a portal to this place.
No, it's just a different thing.
No, it's just here because.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hell just has better marketing. You know, oh, this place is so hot. It's the hottest place ever. That's why you would go there.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a big sun in the middle of this place, and they use that as a forge. It's very hard to live here because there's a big sun.
Mm-hmm. As I imagine it would be.
But they live by a strict code, and it's a regimen of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'll stay in the market country, thank you.
Yeah, I don't really want to live in the Sun Forge.
No, I will import a sword from there since, you know, it is forged by the greatest hero killers of all time. But I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
So, later, back at the Hell Forge, Solemn and Wolverine find Muramasa's trail and find out that, yeah, the wedding analogy is going to keep going, this time literally, as a member of the Hand is going to marry the Beast's daughter, and the Beast himself is here overseeing the entire marriage.
Yep.
The Beast is the goofiest demon I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just a little demon dude in a chair.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Especially do not like his hood.
Yeah, I don't care for it either. The hood with it's like a jacket that specifically covers his entire arms and shoulders, but everything else is exposed.
It's like they have these crop tops that you can get where it's just like, you know, a crop top but a hoodie. It's like that, but if the cutoff was a lot higher.
Yeah.
It looks like Gabumon.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's the orange.
God. Okay.
Wolverine and Solemn decide to disguise themselves as members of the Hand as Muramasa presents his wedding gift for the lovely couple. That is the 2 swords that he forged, the 2 brand new Muramasa blades. He gives them to the happy couple, and they wet the blades on Muramasa's soul, killing him in the process.
I wanted to mention real quick, it's very convenient that they get disguises here because Wolverine's been naked for the better part of this issue, considering he just regenerated from being a skeleton.
Oh yeah, I guess he has been. Mm-hmm. You almost kind of forget, but yeah, he's just not had any clothes on. But yeah, also there's 2 blades, so they don't have to fight over them.
Yep. Very convenient.
Very convenient. Yeah, it is very good.
Muramasa immediately stabs the husband with a hellblade.
You mean Solemn?
Oh, you mean...
Yeah, Solemn immediately stabs, I think it's... Yeah, the husband with a hellblade, yeah. A hell dagger.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he catches on fire, Solemn grabs the Muramasa blade, and is pretty confident until the other blade actually cuts through his adamantium. Something I didn't mention about the original Muramasa blade but it is specifically designed to kill that which cannot be killed. Meaning, if it were to, say, cut off Wolverine's head, despite Wolverine having a healing factor, it negates that.
Yeah. And Wolverine mentions to him as well, like, hey, this can cut through your skin. Solemn seems legit kind of surprised by this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for a guy who's all, swagger and everything, he does kind of take a second.
Yeah.
But the rest of the demons are taken care of pretty much as a side to the conversation that is going on between Wolverine and Solemn. The Beast is stabbed, the Beast's daughter is killed, all of the rest of the Hand run away or are also killed. And we end here almost on a bit of a cliffhanger. Not Muramasa. Solemn ends up having both blades in his hand, and he wants to give the other one to Wolverine, but he needs to make a deal for it. And we don't actually know what that deal is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna have to cash that in later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens there. And then we get a data page about the Muramasa blade.
Yep, it is very, similar to the other one that we've seen. This is about the blade itself. It was made in hell. Muramasa's special ability is to be able to fold souls and metal together. So that is what makes his blades very, very special. As it puts in perfect Percy. Nothing hungers for and aims to spite the living like the dead.
I like these little stat sheets we get about the swords. We'll get these for a couple more of them, but it's got like the weight and the blade length in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
The
fully
material.
going in on the sword thing.
The material having listed like leather next to like soul is very funny.
I mean, it's pretty good leather though.
It is pretty good leather.
I like this like short story about Muramasa accidentally killing a bird and absorbing its soul into a stick, and then that stick becoming a sword that shatters a rock. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah. It's fun. Yeah. Fun little origin story. It's a shame he seems to be dead forever. I feel like getting your soul cut to pieces in hell with a blade made to kill the unkillable means you're very much gone.
Remains to be seen.
I'm glad they just casually stopped whatever the Beast was doing down here, just while we're...
Yeah, this whole other possible world-ending event is going on, and it's just the side story to getting the swords.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hosting a marriage. It's not like, it was just a wedding.
Yeah, he's just, having
It's
a good
true.
time.
It could just be a happy occasion, the zombie ninjas hanging out in the mountains.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal.
Yeah. They were making sure, the reception was okay, everything set.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
We get our...
That's how Wolverine got his sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we get our final page here as Wolverine returns and stands on his place in the circle, with his rune lighting up beneath him. So we now
I have to imagine Magic has just been standing here this whole time.
I'm very glad Magic has someone to talk to now.
Yeah.
Same. I feel like she probably got really bored.
She should have waited. She should have waited like there were 3 people here to stand on that rune instead of like having to wait for everyone to get here.
Yeah, because when you're the first one to the party, it can be a little awkward. At least have your buddy with you. It's
3 days until the date of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did that pretty quick. Like, did you make like food arrangements? Like,
yeah, who's bringing you food? Are you sleeping out there? What if it rains? I mean, I guess Krakoa provides. So if she really needed something, just knock on the island, be like, hey, I need this.
But no one camps for 3 days before a concert.
Yeah.
Some people do a day, not 3 days.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
But yeah, want to get into Marauders?
Yeah. So Marauders number 13 is fun. We actually have a new writer here. This is Vida Ayala. They were the writer also in Empire number 3 that we read. Kind of just a smaller introduction to them. But this is their first full issue here as part of the X desk.
Yeah.
That's cool.
we will see more of them pretty soon, but
yes, they are going to have their own series pretty soon once X of Swords is over. But just so you know, this issue was also released in October of 2020, so these things are coming out really, really quick right after each other. And this one, we're going to open up on with Storm, ruminating on what Polaris said, and realizing that she knows what she has to do to be a sword bearer, but she's not sure if she has the heart to do it.
Before that, there's Wolverine and I think Jean on the cover, and I'm not sure why they're there.
They sell comics.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't know. That's my only guess. Is they're popular characters.
Okay.
Yeah, like Storm and Black Panther and Shuri being here makes sense. I'm not sure why Wolverine and Jean are here.
You know, maybe they realized that and were like, "Oh, we need to fill space." So the cover artist was like, "I got you."
Let me put Jean looking like she's like out of that giant size issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's the same artist, actually. But yeah. So as Storm ruminates here with some side flashbacks to her past, actually, Kate arrives and says that she had a feeling Storm was going to be here and was gonna need some help. She, too, is a little unhappy that she was not called to be a sword bearer, despite wearing a pirate outfit and using a sword. But instead of moping about it in the Crucible, Kate is willing to help Storm get the sword if she would agree to it.
I like Kate showing up for a whole 2 pages to make this a Marauders issue.
Same.
Yeah. just here to give Storm a little bit of a pep talk before she goes off.
But I do like Kate. I'm glad she's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I am too. She's kind of a bright spot, so I'm glad she was here to kind of stand with Storm.
God, it's a little bit rude that her first issue after being revived is not about her at all, so.
Yeah.
She'll get back to it.
Yeah, we've got time.
Yeah, but no, the event comes first.
Mm-hmm.
But after the pep talk, Storm declines and says this is something she has to do herself. And as she decides that it is time to go through the Krakoan Gate, we get a story here. This is the story of the ancestors of Wakanda. And it's how they saw the sky split open and strike a sacred mountain, and how the metal there was forged into a blade that slew their enemies with ease. A blade that they called Skybreaker.
Yep.
Uh-huh. That's her sword.
Yeah. Just passed down from, like, generations to, like, every king.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, every ruler got the sword. And a fun tidbit that I also liked is that it says that this blade and the metal that was used to make it, which is, vibranium, is also what allowed Wakanda to just excel in sciences and their understanding of the natural world by studying this very blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool royal heirloom.
Mm-hmm. And, pretty clear that that's going to be our sword. So now it's all about Storm getting it. So we cut to her having reached the Queen Mother and Princess Shuri in the Wakandan throne room. Currently, T'Challa is not here, and I kind of want to have a guess. Sergio, where do you think T'Challa is?
Oh, I have no idea.
Just take a wild guess.
God. Is he in space?
Okay. Tim, what's your guess?
He's in the white hot room.
I would be very confused if he was there. But no, actually, Sergio, you were correct.
Wait, was
currently,
he in space?
You were.
Yeah. That's. I would have guessed that, but I wanted to guess something else. I couldn't remember what Jason Aaron was doing at this time.
I'm not sure if it was Jason Aaron, actually. But at this point in the Black Panther comic, it was the Intergalactic Wakandan Empire arc. So yes, Black Panther was in space.
I think that actually might not be I think with the way that story worked, that couldn't have happened at the same time. Because he was,
really?
like, stuck in space during that. Like, I think that had to have happened, like, before all of Krakoa.
I have so many questions about the intergalactic Wakandan Empire.
Yeah, that exists.
I know, from a close friend that it's very, very good, but it was also, unfortunately, a casualty of COVID. Issue number 13 or something like that came out in March of 2020, and then the last 2 issues of the comic came out a year later.
RIP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, it is one of those things that the legacy of it did kind of live on a little bit. It's not as mentioned as much anymore, but the intergalactic Wakandan Empire sticks around in terms of, like, it will be mentioned in like Krakoa comics from here.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Is it like a Krakoa for Wakandans? Is that the vibe?
It's kind of, Wakanda just kind of made a space empire.
Yeah, I think...
I don't know if it's, like, technically Krakoa. I think it's, like, a weird thing where T'Challa, like, somehow went back in time and it, like, started earlier. I don't really remember. It's been a really long time since I've read that run, but it happened in a way where it still exists. But
okay. Well,
I think,
all right.
Yeah, he had lost his memory through most of it. It's a interesting run.
Yeah, that gets involved too.
You've mentioned time travel and memory loss in the same paragraph. That's not good.
And space travel. But yeah, long story short, Black Panther is not here, and even though Storm is here to beseech Wakanda for aid in the coming war, the Queen Mother and Shuri can only do so much without him here.
I like how they keep coming up with like one-upping themselves in terms of what sword they are able to offer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They list off so many cool swords they can give her.
Yeah, they're like, oh, of course we're gonna help you. Here, we'll give you the Nation Maker. We'll give you the Panther's Claws or the King's Mercy. And Storm's like, hey, those are really sick, but I need the other one.
Yeah, and like, I don't want to, like, undersell this. The King's Mercy is the sword of T'Chaka, who is, like, T'Challa's father. No sword of the world is stronger or more finely crafted. It adapts to the wielder's strength and increases the speed of attacks.
Yeah, and it's like, these are all really cool, and in any other situation, absolutely. But the weird magic queen told me I needed this one.
I would take the Nation Maker. That looks sick.
It's like
the
a
blade.
staff.
Yeah.
The blade belonged to the founder of Wakanda's capital city. It has struck down over 1,000 enemies. Like, yeah, like these do sound cool. Like they are not giving her scraps here.
Yeah, no, they're very cool and all new too. I looked into this whole thing about Skybreaker and these 3 blades, all completely new, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Shuri offers to make her a new sword too.
Yeah, like she's like, yeah, I'll make you a really cool sword. Like, I'm the science girl here. But yeah, so she's like, no, I need Skybreaker, and they're like, oh, we can't do that, really.
Yeah, apparently giving the ancient ancestral blade of Wakanda to Storm would cause riots in the street and possibly Wakandans to be killed theoretically by each other.
Yeah, I feel like this is a little bit dramatic. I don't know if they do a great job laying the rioting in the streets part down, but I'll take their word for it.
It's one of those things where it's like, I'll take your word for it. We'll see.
Yeah. But they say, hey, that's fine. T'Challa will be back here soon. You can ask him, and you can just stay here until the meantime. It's cool.
Yeah, and soon being a few days.
Yeah, she agrees to this rather quickly. Shuri is suspicious.
Yes, good zoom in on the eyes, being like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, anyway, we're going to learn about Sivlaf?
Sivalith?
Yeah.
Sivalith.
You want to pronounce the regents?
There's Countess Ublia and Countess Oscura.
Yeah, they're vampires.
Woo, Vampire Nation. they're fun and gothic, and they live forever, so they have a lot of politics, and they drink blood, and they're immortal.
Yeah. Dracula should think about taking some notes here.
Yeah, they live in, the middle of nowhere in Russia. They could instead have an entire world.
I love the note that their politics take a long time because they live for so long.
I also really like that. It's just a fun little tidbit. This is the world building stuff that I live for, and I love it.
Yeah.
I do really like the description here. Brutal cathedrals wedged and stacked like coffins in a geometric shapes.
Yes.
Concealing a larval, soft people within.
It's so visceral, just a picture. It's okay, I know exactly what kind of vibe this place is.
Yeah. Also, apparently they have really good assassins.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and then apparently Avalon, there's a pretty tense rivalry, but because it's all bright and nice, and we're all dark and brooding here. But apparently when you get close to the border, you get some culture and intermingling there.
Which sounds like it would be really fun to see what the heck that even is.
Yeah.
And then we're actually going to get another data page right back to back here. And this one is going to be about Mercator, which currently does not have a regent, maybe.
Yeah, it's not... I don't know if it doesn't have a regent, we just don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm. So, this place was previously home to the Telmanets. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. They were beings made of pure light that their old reality was destroyed, so they beseeched Saturnine for a new world, and this was created just for them. They were very kind, very nice, and openly, supportive of those that were not beings made of light.
Yeah, they were cool people. Saturnine was like, I like these guys, and gave them a country.
Mm-hmm. However, something apparently happened because everything was great until a loud inverted pop was heard and the light of the realm slowly disappeared. Now, instead of Telmanet guards at its border, the guard towers are empty, and all summons to the kingdom are ignored. There is, however, new leadership that claims dominion over the province, and they've only sent shadowy vassals who share the new kingdom's name, Mercator.
Yeah. He says he's keeping it safe. He's going to keep it closed.
Mm-hmm. Not suspicious at all.
Yeah.
It's just under renovations.
Yeah. Just doing some work over here.
I also do like I don't even know if it's a mental image or mental sound of whatever an inverted pop is.
Yeah, that sounds neat.
That sounds neat and bad.
Like something happened and it went real dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the light people went dark. It's not good.
Yeah.
But okay, all of this other Excalibur stuff we're gonna push to the side. We're back here with Storm in her very nice quarters here. As Shuri arrives with some dinner, as the two discuss nation politics.
Yeah. Shuri decided best way forward is just, talk to Storm a little bit, see if she can get her on her side.
Oh, did we mention that they resolved to wait for Shala to show up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we mentioned it, and it would take him a few days, which, considering Storm is on a timeline, probably not going to work.
Yeah. And Storm does seem like she's giving him a little time, but again also says, this is not going to be good if we take any longer.
Yeah. And this scene with them at the table is not quite at the level of Hickman in House of X with the UN, not the UN conference, but the conference that Xavier and Magneto went to. But it has shades of it. Shuri is trying to say, hey, let's wait, while Storm is also saying, I'm doing the best for my nation and my people. You would do the same thing.
Yeah.
And the two of them going back and forth on that.
Yeah, Shuri says, this seems really convenient, this could destabilize us, we have to wait here, and Storm's like, no, we have an army coming through, we need to stop them. I don't know. I don't love this one as much just because Shuri is very clearly in the wrong here.
See, there's part of me that does see that, where like, yeah, Shuri, just give her the sword. But I'm also gonna say this, having lived in the US, we really don't have, national historical artifacts that we care about that much. Like, there's not really anything that, sure, maybe if somebody did something to the Declaration of Independence, the original one that we have.
I was about to say, I watched National Treasure.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke. Yeah, we have a movie about that. Of like, yeah, sure, some politicians would be upset and everything, but it's not like, fully attached to our identity, I guess, would be the way to say it. I'm sure there might be other, nations and societies that do have something like that, but I don't feel like us in the US really do. Or at least not to the point where we would argue like how Shuri is right here.
I would not be personally offended if someone came to America and say we need to take the torch of the Statue of Liberty as a sword to weld against a army of demon people.
I also would not be upset. And if the president was busy like on a plane, I'd be like, you don't have to wait for them to say yes or no. You can just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mostly with Tim here regarding Shuri being just outright wrong, especially on everything that is not necessarily related to the sword, but like her mistrusting Krakoa and the timing of the tournament and all of that stuff feels like padding out the issue to me, and forcing Aurora's hand.
Yeah, and especially with like, it's like T'Challa couldn't make a phone call. Like, what is he doing? Like,
see, that's why I'm thinking maybe he's in space. Or at least that's kind of the explanation of, oh, he's in space. He can't call right now.
Yeah.
So, I do agree on her framing of Krakoa because she is kind of suspicious of them, and she even brings up the talking point again of, well, you guys are handing out the medicine like it's, a threat or something. And it's like, really? We gotta go that route again, Shuri?
Yeah, it's just like... And even, like, if you take this as, like, Shuri's not really speaking from, like, her perspective as much as, like, this is going to be the perspective of other people if you do this, it's still just, like, it falls a little flat to me just because I'm just, like, it's hard to buy, like, this, the taking of the sword is going to sow, like, that much discord.
Yeah. I wonder if it's also tied into what this is leading into, and we've talked about it maybe a little bit, but at one point, Storm and T'Challa were married at one point. Storm used to be the queen of Wakanda. The two, had a falling out and a divorce. She is now no longer the queen of Wakanda, but that also is going to play in here. Shuri mentions it, and it's going to be pretty important to Storm as she's going to continue to get the sword.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm mostly wondering now what cell reception is like in space in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Good for some people. I feel like Iron Man maybe figured it out, but not everybody else.
I don't know. I feel like Wakanda could definitely figure it out.
Oh, yeah, no. Wakanda doesn't even need cell reception anymore. They found out a secret third thing, and they've got it covered.
Yeah,
they got what are the other two things?
I have... It's a good question.
I
feel like they have, like...
I was going to say Wi-Fi.
I feel like they have, like...
Okay.
I feel like they have, like, Star Wars holograms.
Yes, absolutely. Well, doesn't he do that in the movie, too? He uses the
yeah,
beams?
I think so, yeah. But yeah, Storm says, I'm gonna go sleep.
Wink.
Yeah, the most evident lie ever.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I'm feeling kind of tired. It's a good meal. Let me go take a rest. She does not take a rest.
I mean, thankfully, Shuri also gets it here because she's like, hey, remember, I'm doing this for my country. And
yeah,
Storm's
she totally
like,
does.
Me too. And
absolutely.
They part.
Yeah. This is very much like a, you're gonna go steal the sword, right? Because I gotta stop you if you're gonna go steal the sword.
Yeah, and I think that's the part of this, not rivalry, but this disagreement that I do like, where it's the two of them don't dislike each other, they don't hate each other. It's, we're doing this for our countries, so I'm gonna have to fight you for that.
Yeah, I do like the fact that, like, it doesn't portray, like, Shuri as, like, dumb here either, because, she's not, like, she knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, she's figured it out.
Yeah.
But Storm, instead of going to sleep, shocker, I know, she changes into her Black X-Men outfit and flies over to the Temple of the Heart of Wakanda. And it's here we get a flashback of when she was married to T'Challa, as he explains what this temple is for, how it works, and what is at the heart of it, which is Skybreaker.
Yeah. And Storm will use that as she breaks in here.
She disables the security system, giving her a set amount of time in which to break in. And as she does so, as the power goes out, she takes out the priests that are inside really effectively, actually. Disarming them.
Storm is just over here doing martial arts.
Yeah, she's single-handedly doing better than pretty much any other X-Men team that we've seen.
Yeah.
Yes, against Wakandan priests, who are probably some of the best fighters on the planet.
Yeah, she's just really has the CQC down.
Yep. X-Force hasn't had the successful mission ever.
Yeah. No, they have not.
Wolverine could learn a thing or two, really.
But she mentions here in the narration, a part of her wonders that if T'Challa told her all this, so if she needed it, she could take it one day. I think it's very clear once we reach the end of the issue that is not the case. But yeah, she uses some snow to turn off the security and takes the sword.
Is about to take the sword. She has a fake replica. She's gonna do the Indiana Jones swap. But before she can do that, Shuri does arrive and shoots the fake out of her hand. And the two of them pretty quickly come to blows.
Yeah.
Again, just treading over what we've talked about, the two of them doing this for their nation and not really against each other personally. And eventually, Shuri is disarmed with her arm cannons, and she has to pull out a sword, which she is a lot better sword fighter than Storm is by a long shot.
Yeah, very quickly disarms her, but Storm simply just grabs the sword that Shuri has and zaps it.
Also forgetting that, yes, Storm has mutant powers. And as Storm finally goes up and swaps the sword for the real one, the system comes back online for its security measures, and Storm, unfortunately, despite knowing the King's old codes, the new codes don't work. And on top of that, there are specially designed Panther robot security system that she was not warned about.
Yeah. But not much of a threat to her. She, again, a lot of zapping.
Really showing off a little bit of what Skybreaker can do. And we're going to learn this later also in the data page. But it can harness and transfer energy pretty much almost at a 1-to-1, even amplifying it in many cases. So for her, it will take her lightning and amplify it into something stronger. So when she swings the blade, it is also electrified.
Yeah, and I think she, cleaves one of these, robot things in half. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, very, very strong. And assuming these robots are probably also made of vibranium, she's got a really good sword.
Yeah. So, she comes outside and Black Panther showed up.
Just in time, kind of.
Yeah. He's not happy.
No, and I do also really like this part of the comic. Storm and, T'Challa here are not happy about this entire situation, but Storm is in the right. She needs the blade, especially for Krakoa. And T'Challa understands that, even saying that if she were to wait, he would have given her anything, including this blade, no matter what his people would have said. but she couldn't have waited. She had to do this now.
Yeah. So he lets her walk off with it and says, destroy the gate. If they want to come back here, they can with the permission of Wakanda.
Yeah. So, if you remember, I do believe Wakanda did not accept the treaty that Krakoa put forth, mostly because they just didn't need the medicine. It was not that they were hostile. But this is kind of going to throw a wrench into things. This does not seem like they're left on very good political grounds.
Yeah, I don't love how we got here, but the idea of this does seem to be like Aurora has to like destroy the relationship she has with Wakanda in order to accomplish this.
Yeah. And just for asking you two, because I couldn't really get a sense here, I get the feeling that T'Challa still has feelings for Storm, but I did not get it the other way around.
Props in general to T'Challa for grasping what was going on so quickly. I actually think Storm's relationship with Wakanda seems pretty salvageable from how she interacts with T'Challa.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, he's here for one page, and he's just like, yeah, that's fine. Like, if you need this, I'm sure you need it.
Yeah, had he been there in the throne room, this would have been resolved in, 20 less pages.
Yeah, we would not have had an issue here.
Yeah.
So, but we do get another data page here, this time on Skybreaker. We learn that this is a blade of the purest vibranium ever crafted. It will take any energy into it and will amplify it. That means if you hold the metal to skin, it will cause cancer and burns because it just takes the ambient energy around it and amplifies it. We also learn that bonding anything to the metal, like its wooden handle, will strengthen its properties and make it a lot tougher. It's mentioned here that the wooden handle that is attached to the blade is basically as strong as vibranium itself.
Yeah. This seems like a cool sword.
Yes, and a very good one for Storm. I would not want to go up against her in the tournament.
I think she would do well in the tournament even without the sword.
Also true. She really didn't need a blade to win the tournament.
Yeah, probably not, but you gotta have one of these.
Mm-hmm.
She comes back, describes the relationship with Wakanda as we haven't lost them as an ally, but we do not have their trust anymore.
Yeah.
And, puts her sword down. And now she can sit here with Wolverine and Magic and just chat, I guess.
Finally got a third player for charades.
Yeah.
Hey. Now they can do something other than just sitting there and chatting, which I'm assuming that's all they're doing.
But yeah, that's the end of the issue. To answer your earlier question, I don't know if they do still have feelings for each other. They do have very big divorced energy, but
Yeah, I can see that.
And I can't remember because I didn't read it. Did their fallout, was that really bad or was it kind of amicable? You know?
It was Avengers versus X-Men.
Oh, ooh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
that answers it.
Yeah, it was not great.
Oof. Okay, so this is probably the better version of that.
Yeah. Storm was very briefly an Avenger right before all that happened, and yeah.
that's not conflicting at all.
Didn't last long.
Oof, I bet.
But yeah, that's how the relationship ended. So yeah, not a little bit of a messy breakup.
But hey, as she says, she was a protector before she was a wife. So good for her.
But yeah, that is the end of these issues. What do we think?
I'm liking this a lot. I'm really enjoying the let's go look for swords kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think
looking
this is
forward to seeing more swords.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward for the sword quest because we have 2 and we need 8 more. So, sorry, not 2.
Oh, we have
3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
I forgot Magic was there. She did not have a sword quest. That is her entire backstory.
Yeah.
So but yeah, really fun.
Yeah. Next week, next episode, we have Hellions number 5, New Mutants number 13, and Cable number 5.
Yeah,
so
those should
see
be
what they're all.
Yeah, those should be a lot of fun. New Mutants and Cable, I'm pretty sure I know what happens there. Hellions, I don't remember, so I'm very interested to going back to that one and read it again.
Oh, you don't remember what the Hellions do during this? It's very funny.
Not off the top of my head, I don't.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
okay, I'm looking forward to it then.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That is our episode. Do we have anything we want to plug?
Yeah, I can do all of the pluggables and everything. So if you have made it this far, thank you so much for listening. If you can give us a review on your podcasting app of choice, that would be great. It helps us get out there and find more listeners who can listen and perhaps even read along with us as we keep going through the Krakoan era. If you want to follow this podcast on social media, you can find it at Study of X on X, also known as Twitter, on Tumblr, and also on Blue Sky as well. We post the reading order when new episodes come out, some tidbits here and there from the episodes themselves, sometimes art, sometimes other things as well. And also, if you had any questions or comments, you can send them to studyofx@gmail.com, and we might just read them here on the show. And if you are looking for me anywhere on social media, you can find me at Sawneeks, that is SAWNEEKS, on Blue Sky. I post every now and again, but not too much. But if you need me, that's where you can find me. And Sergio, if you had a mythical sword you had to find, where would you want it hidden?
All right, let's see. I think it'd be fun to hide it in that market country.
Ooh, yeah.
Like
the crooked market.
Yeah, like make people have to go and like chop for the sword.
Okay, I like that.
We could also have like a fun montage of people like buying information until they get the location of the sword.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like that. And if you have any, anything for Sergio, that's where you can find him trying to find the sword.
Yeah. People should also listen to my other podcast, Stray Reads, which is coming out of its slumber. We just got a new episode published about Night Shift, the short collection of stories by Stephen King. And we're recording a new episode this week on Treasure Island.
Yep, highly recommend that podcast as well. It's really fun to listen along after you read a book, or even before you read a book, if you're not sure if you're going to read it.
Yeah, we both watched the Muppets version of Treasure Island for this episode, which was a lot of fun, and we're going to discuss that on the episode.
Very nice. And Tim, if you had to go find a magical sword that was forced upon you by a witch of another world, where would you want that sword to be hidden?
The heart of the Everforge. I'm playing on expert mode here.
Okay. I respect it. I'm not sure how you're going to get into the heart of a sun, let alone how messages are going to get to you in the heart of the sun, but maybe somebody can figure that out.
Yeah. Event horizon. I don't really know. It's some kind of strong gravity. Yeah. Yeah. So it's good stuff. I might cause a black hole. We'll just see.
I mean, minor details. If they had one reality given to them through bloody conquest, they can just, take over another.
Yeah. But all right. I believe that is the episode. I think after this one we will have our X-Men 97 episodes come out, but if I'm wrong, I apologize.
Crossing our fingers.
Yeah. We're gonna finish off the back half of that show. It's good. Looking forward to talking about it.
I'm looking forward to watching them. I haven't still watched the second half of that show.
Oh, you're still waiting on it. Okay.
Not willingly. Yeah. I actually just realized today that we're probably recording that soon, and I should probably watch it, which is what I'm gonna do this week.
Hey, well, you have an undisclosed amount of time to be able to do that, so don't worry.
Yeah.
So, but until next time, everybody. Later, mutants.
Bye.
Bye.